Hello everybody, this is KaptainKappa, and today we're going to be going over the 6.87 gameplay update to Dota 2. So, all this stuff here, the general information with just stuff changed to, like creeps and jungle creeps and just neutrals and all this stuff. All that is a bit too in-depth to go over because I want to make this a pretty quick video, but one thing I will say is that the change to ranked all pick, not so sure about that. I'm going to have to play it for myself, but right now I don't think it'll really work just because I don't like the idea of a random ban being chosen because it just kind of puts like an RNG element of it to it in MMR. So really unsure about how that's gonna work. Like really unsure about that. It's just kind of becoming almost captain's mode, except there's just not as many bans and it's random. So yeah, I'm not sure about that, and the rest I'll have you guys look at it yourself. I'll leave a link in the description up to the patch notes, but the terrain as well. You guys can look at that. I think it's okay, and then we'll get right into the items and the heroes for the most part. Bloodthorn. This item, literally, I read it for the first time. Queen of Pain is going to destroy for the rest of this patch, I guarantee you, with this item. This is insane. It gives True Strike, so Queen of Pain can now counter a Phantom Assassin, pretty much, I would say, with this, along with Critical Strike, and it still has the silence. With an 11-second cooldown, Orchid cooldown is 18. That's insane! Same values as Crystal is 20% chance to land a 175% damage critical strike. That's not to mention any of the other heroes, like you or your allies, if they have critical strike themselves. That's absolutely insane. That item is actually, that's the best way to put it. That is insane. Queen of Pain is going to destroy mid with that. With a new item. I think it's the Blightstone. Yeah. Queen of Pain gets this, wins her lane. She could even get a medallion, and then maybe sell that later on, but have the Blightstone to get into a Desolator, along with Bloodthorn. That's insane. Echo Saber. So this was made with Oblivion Staff and Ogre Club, and this item is, I'd have to see. Maybe Weaver honestly could do this and have like a Blightstone on him. Maybe I could see that working. Just attacking. I wonder if that would work. I think he would probably attack 4 times, right? Per attack. Maybe only 3. I don't know, but he would definitely attack 3, maybe 4 times. Oh wait. Yeah, I didn't read that. Only works for melee heroes. Okay, so good. Weaver's not gonna get that. Yeah, I don't know. This item seems okay. It would probably have to be a little bit cheaper. I don't think it's worth 2,650 gold. That's why I really didn't like the, what's it? I'm forgetting the name of it. I think there's a change to it. Dragonlance, that's right, sorry. Yeah, Dragonlance, that's why I really don't like Dragonlance that much. It's just because it's too, it actually cost increased, not by much though, but I don't think gaining those like buffs is worth 1,875, now 1,900 gold personally, but it works on some heroes situationally, like Enchantress and Drow. But okay, let's move on then. So yeah, Blightstone, just 300 gold, reduces armor by 2 and builds into Medallion and Deso. It's absurd. Alright, infused raindrops. These are also going to be obviously situational, but it's like just a magic shield from like magic damage, I guess, and I can see this working a lot actually, considering hero like an off lane. I can see like Ephirion getting this against a Skywrath or maybe a Darkseer. I could see this working pretty well. This is going to make offlane probably a lot easier for offlaners who are going up against heavy magic damage supports with their on the other team with their carry. So I don't know that item. I'd like to see how that's used in pro play, but I think that is a pretty useful item in itself. Windlace, that's kind of insane. Windlace, get that on like a Darkseer or maybe not Darkseer, a DP. That's pretty insane, especially when you're already getting Yules. Maybe an Invoker. Tome of Knowledge. Yeah, grants you XP. I don't like that you can buy XP. Like that just you can just snowball even faster. That just adds more snow to a snowball. That's kind of insane. And Hurricane Pike. Let's see. When used on an enemy, it pushes you both. Oh yeah, this is weird. I don't know. It seems weird because it's just a buff to Force Staff. So like, if you have Force Staff, you can still use it on yourself and enemies, or yourself and allies. I mean, like a normal Force Staff, but that has a significantly lower cooldown, 6-second lower cooldown. Except the cast range is half on enemies, and so I keep reading this in my head, and I'm getting a little confused when I read it. When used on an enemy, it pushes both of you away from each other 450 units and allows you to attack that. Yeah, that's weird. Does not give vision. Works like normal force. Yeah. Yeah, that's another situation. There's a lot of situational stuff so far. But yeah, these new items, I'm excited to see how they'll be used in pro play, especially because strategy in pro play with new items is always insane. I've seen, but I'll have to see. It just all comes down to what heroes are being picked for the most part, if I think about it. Alright, new item changes. Skull Bash, I like this. Bash reduced damage, I like that. And that's worth, honestly, for the recipe being lower, by 250 gold. I like that. Abyssal Blade, I don't mind this change. Vanguard, I don't find Abyssal Blade to be too big of a problem, and the active is buffed, though. So that's... And obviously the bash damage because of the Skull Basher, but I don't know, I think it's alright. Spell amplification reduced from 8 to 5% on Aether's Lens. That's not why you buy Aether's Lens for the amplification, to be honest. That's mostly for the range, so that's not a big deal. Courier, who cares? Unless you're like having someone on your team feed the courier, that's not a big deal at all. Armlet, that's I looked at these changes before, by the way, before recording this video, but I'll get to something later with Armlet on a hero change later on, because I don't mind the Armlet change alone, but in conjunction with a buff to another hero is just pointless, to be honest. Blade Mail change, I like that, to be honest. I like that. That is not magic damage, so if you do pure damage, Blade Mail still works, because with BKB makes Blade Mail useless. It used to anyways, and now it still does. Well, this only really affects pure damage and physical damage, because magical damage still works the same, but it just does all the damage back again. So Bloodstone changes 8 to 12 charges initially. I really like that, because Bloodstone, until you get more charges on it, is almost useless in terms of mana consumption. And cooldown reduction. It's almost useless, and so I really like that change a lot. Butterfly, who cares? To be honest, some of these are they're pretty insignificant. Increase, yeah, who cares? Deso, yeah. So Bladestone said the recipe, so it's the same, but the Bladestone, we talked about that earlier. So yeah, I like that. Yeah, I'll have to play with that. Like I said, for most of the new items. Oh yeah, Dragonlance, nothing really too big. I think that's just a debuff. Yeah, it just doesn't do the damage now, and it's more expensive, so yeah, debuff. But I don't know, not nerfs, not too significant, I don't think. Oh, I actually didn't see this. Drum, Bracer, Ring Protection, Wind Lance. All right, so that got a buff. Overall, I think. Actually, no, I think they got a debuff. That's not really worth it for the cost, actually, yeah. Yeah, I'd say that's a nerf. Yeah, Yules just requires the Wind Lance now. Courier cost, I like that. I like the courier, that the flying courier is just gonna especially in lower level Dota. It's gonna help probably for people to actually like pick up the courier supports, just because it's lower level. But gem, true sight, radius reduced. That's not a big deal. Ghost form, cooldown reduced. I like that. Mana cost of Glimmer Cape. I don't mind that really. That's not that big of a deal. Recipe, who cares? Strength bonus, not really a big deal. And then health bonus, not really a big deal. But yeah, that's overall probably Actually, you can calculate that. That might actually be a little bit over, or a little bit under. I'm not actually sure about that. I'll probably check that later. But Heaven's Halberd, disarm duration, got buffed on that. Alright, no one really buys Halberd in my experience. I never see Halberd, so that could be interesting. Yeah. Move on. Oh, that's nice. For Hood. Oh, you just need one of them now. Oh, that's nice. Okay. This, who cares? Lotus Orb. No one buys Lotus Orb anyways. Who cares? Mask of Madness. I thought it was 20%. It was 30? Oh, huh. That still doesn't really make it viable on some heroes, just like Faceless Void. It became worthless as Faceless Void to get a Mask of Madness, and most heroes really don't buy Madness anymore. To be honest, if you get Lifesteal, you're getting Vlad's as like an offlaner or a support, or you're getting Helm to put into Satanic, so that's not a big deal. Observer Ward. Gold Experience rescaled. So that got overall. Wait, these two changes are all just in the same proportion. That's alright. Yeah, it's okay. Octarine Core no longer provides air HP, regen, and oh wow, that's a pretty big buff actually. How much HP did it give? That's, you'll have to see that in game. That's weird. See Ring of Health change. That's bad Dumbler, yeah. Oh, okay, so yeah, that's just got the change from Perseverance. Pipe. Stack limit duration. Oh, okay, yeah, so that just, the stacks aren't as long, I guess. Oh wait, no, it removed, okay, so Pipe doesn't stack on multiple heroes, I guess. Point booster, health reduced from 200 to 175, mana increased. That's probably, yeah, I'd say that's a nerf probably, yeah. Refresher Orb, HP increased from 10 to 12, who cares? Armor reduced from 3 to 2, only the aura gives armor now. Oh, okay. Oh, so your teammates will have the aura with Ring of Aquila. And damage from 9 to 10, who cares? Armor reduced just like the Aquila, and damage 6 to 7. So these got the same changes, pretty much. 1 more damage, 1 less armor, except for the aura. Ring of Health, yeah, who cares? Oh wait, no, I thought it said 220, yeah, who cares? Remove chance to true stake on it. I like that, except, I mean, it wasn't even a item to get really on Quap, Rod of Atos, but that all you have to do is use your Q in that new item. I forget the name of. Will, or the Bloodthorn, I think. Yeah, that'll just do it for you. So I don't know. I'm only focusing on Quap. That's just the hero that really sticks out to me. That really got a buff from this change with that, and then Atos. Yeah, that's cool. Not a big deal, to be honest, because most heroes that get Atos don't do physical damage. Most of them are like Skywrath, heroes like that are mostly magical and or pure damage. But yeah, it's alright. Sanj, increased chance to maim, just like Halberd, and yeah, you're not as slow when you are ranged using it. Okay, that's not a big deal. Maim increase 16% 16 to 30%. Wow, that's actually a lot. Wow. All right, so wait, maim slow reduced from 32. Oh, okay. So ranged heroes don't buy Sanj anymore. I guess is basically what that means. Shadow Amulet, who cares? Shadow Blade, this I like. I like this change to the Silver Edge because it Well, it's it's weird because it doesn't do the Sanj stuff obviously anymore, but it can be disassembled, which I like because what I do with Shadow Fiend a lot is I buy a Yasha. And it's situational for each game if I need like to be able to dodge like a gyrocopter missile or something like that or a stun. Um, with the Manta, but okay, Steam messages. You could get a Yasha and then get your Sanj. Because what I always do, so what? Yeah, what I was saying, I was always doing this on Shadow Fiend before this is you buy a Yasha and then you can buy your Sanj and then keep that while you farm up your Silver Edge, and then you put that into Silver Edge and then you just have your Yasha and then you build Manta. This you can't really do because it doesn't take Sanj anymore. So yeah, it's I don't know about that. That's weird, but yeah, that'll have to play out in the game as well. Smoke, not a big deal really. Yeah, Soul Booster, same as. Well, that's why it happens to the Octarine. Talisman, who cares? Cooldown reduced from on TP scrolls, I really like that. That's good. HP on regen for Vanguard, that's not a big deal really. 2 null talismans now required for Discord, so now it costs a little bit more. And then it got an overall nerf. Only thing that changed was the intelligence. Yeah, and then it's also dispellable now, so yeah, definitely a big debuff for Veil. And just because of the Basileus, or Basilius, sorry, Vlad's got a little bit of a debuff. And now we'll go to the heroes. So yeah, items overall, okay changes. I don't think most of them aren't that big of a deal. But yeah, most of them will also, just like the new items. For items overall, we have to kind of see how they play out for me personally. But Abaddon, it's just it's increase for all those, so not a big deal to be honest. 8% at lower levels. It's not really at lower like levels in the early on in the game. Not too big of a deal. Ancient Apparition, cooldowns decreased to look by 2 seconds each time, yeah, and Cold Feet damage timing changed. So yeah, overall I'd say that's a buff. Why? For real, what does this do? Why do we need all of these changes to Arc Warden? Like, everybody played him for the first week that he was out, and then everyone's like, alright, let's keep doing Dota how Dota is, because Arc Warden's not viable really at all. It's overall, I mean, yeah, overall this is probably a buff, because they probably just want people to play the new frickin' hero, or the newest anyways. But I still don't like Arc Warden as a hero, to be honest, because you have to just building Rapier to make if you have to build Rapier to make a hero, like literally they're useless without a Rapier, that, I don't like that at all. I don't think that's that's not a viable option, really. You can't depend on that in a game, I don't think. Axe has a overall buff, I think, with counter hero is not pure damage. I think that's a buff. Mana cost reduced on Enfeeble. Enfeeble, I believe, on Bane. Isn't that the damage reduction? If so, that's useless. Beastmaster vision reduced. I like that. Beastmaster's kind of insane with the vision. This pubs are gonna be full of Midas building, aghs rushing Bloodseekers, and it's gonna be cancer. 2 40-second replenish time, 2 charges for rupture. What? That is absurd. Like, I could see an offlane Bloodseeker at this point. That is, I would definitely believe in that. An offlane Bloodseeker because of this. You can take out, it does pure damage. Unless you have and I'm sure I didn't actually check. I don't know how. I love playing Invoker, and whenever I saw Bloodseeker, I would almost always pick Invoker because you can stop him a whole lot. If he gets like a blade mail and ruptures you, you can just cold snap, forge spirit, ghost walk, and just like slowly walk away, or just like stand still and go. If he doesn't have true sight, but you can literally like, if they have melee supports, they're either taken out of the fight or dead. Probably both. Chances are both. An offlane Bloodseeker, gonna be a thing. Telling you right now. Mana increased on Shadow Walk. Not a huge deal. It only really affects him in the early game a little bit, if even. Quite a few changes to Brewmaster. Replace Earth Brewlings, Pulverize with Demolish. I'm actually not sure what the Pulverize is and Demolish. I feel like that's with his ult, maybe? I'm not actually sure. I'll have to check on that. I don't actually know what that change would be. Promo split Earth and Storm damage type from Pierce to Hero. Okay. Arm type, Strong to Hero. Okay. So they're more hero based now, the Primal Split Brewlings. So overall, yeah, he got a... Overall, I think that's a nerf. Probably. He got a lot of nerfs, but his buff is very strong. The Storm Brewling, backstab damage from 100 to 220. And it benefits from damage type changes. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's a significant change to Brewmaster. I like that. Alright, damage threshold for Bristleback. The ability, I'm assuming. Alright, I like that. Yeah, less damage on that. Yeah, that's good. And range increased on Scepter. Okay, that's useless. So, Bristleback, I'd say, got a nerf. Double edge cooldown from 8 to 6 on Centaur. And, alright, so a small buff on Centaur. That's cool. Hand of God no longer fully heals his creeps. I'm assuming it's the same as the hero amounts. Huh. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Chan could get crazy if you have the right person playing him. Clockwork Battery Assault increased. The damage, that's alright. Yeah, that's alright. And minor cleanup to power cogs. Just made them like even values more, I guess. I don't think the duration matters. Yeah, that 0.01 second increase and a distance of 2 pushback distance. So you're a little bit closer to the cogs now when you get pushed. And now it only takes you, now it takes you 0.01 seconds longer. I'm pretty sure they did that just because like of an OCD thing or something. They're like, why is this 252 and 0.84? Let's just round those. And they changed that. That's completely irrelevant. Jeez. Alright, Crystal Nova cooldown, I like that, and Arcane level 4 self-regen from 6. Wow, that's a lot. So yeah, that's a very significant buff, I think, to Crystal Maiden. Poison Touch increased range, not a very big deal at all. Overall, I looked at this earlier, Death Prophet, I don't like this because 4% to 5.5%, because you're obviously rushing Spirit Siphon on this hero. Especially because only in mid pretty much is the most viable, anyway, the most viable place to play Death Prophet, but that is a lot at like 25 plus 5%, like 8 minutes in, that's a lot of damage. Like that is just easy solo pickoffs on off lanes and supports. Like that's a buff. That is a buff, even though you don't get damage and it's not pure. But 8 minutes in, you don't have a BKB unless you have an Omni Knight or like a Rubik with it, which he at 8 minutes in he won't even have his passive leveled up. So no, that's rough because DP was already pretty significantly not OP but strong hero, and now it's even much stronger to win in the early game. So I don't know how I feel about that overall, but at this point I don't like that. I don't like that change. AoE increased from 325 to 340 on a little bit or bigger kinetic field. Okay, that's all right. Kind of insignificant though, to be honest. Dragon Knights, damage reduction, always 35%, not a big deal. Cooldown rescale, not that big of a deal at all. Base damage, yeah, not important. Not really important. Knockback reduced. Oh, the speed reduced, okay. That would, for Earth Spirit players, that could be, and yeah, that's definitely a debuff, but that could be hard to time your kicks and stuff now, actually. Yeah, that's gonna be tough for Earth Spirit players to rework that. Alright, I looked at this earlier. I haven't looked through completely on all the hero changes thoroughly. But this Earth Spirit aghs is insane. That is insane. Like, I think what Blink Dagger is what, like a 1200 distance blink, right? Or maybe 1100? I know it's over 1000. That is a slightly shortened blink. You land on them and stun. That is crazy. Like, you could just have your blink, unless they have a radiance or like some like AoE damage, like Necrophos passive. You just jump in, stun, jump out, let your Magnus come in, RP, Echo Slam. Jeez, that is insane, man. I've been calling a lot of stuff insane, but that is absurd. Like, that is a crazy buff to Earthshaker. And he will be all over this patch, guys. My goodness, that is an insane buff. Buff to... Yeah, it's a buff to Elder Titan. I like that. Elder Titan doesn't get enough love, to be honest. Damage reduction on Enchantress, and thank goodness Enchantress needed a nerf, and he got nerfed. That was good. Small change on Enigma, bug fix. Void overall got a debuff for sure, which I'm okay with because along with Invoker he was insane. Still significant, definitely, but not as much at all. Time dilation was a big one against spellcasters. That's reduced or buffed, or sorry, nerfed, and time lock damage increase, but it doesn't do double damage inside of Chrono. So,
wait, did you say that?
That's alright. That's alright. Gyro, who cares about that? This is insignificant change to his aghs because no one even bought aghs in the first place, and increased damage by 4. Not a big deal. This is what I was talking about earlier with the armlet. Why buff Huskar? Like, why? What is gained? Why would you buff a Huskar? Why? I don't understand the point of buffing Huskar. Along with that, plus, because, wait, let me go up to the armlet. It was... Oh, these aren't in alphabetical order, I just realized. I think, okay, here. Wait, no, it is. Oh, okay, that was weird. I thought they weren't for a sec. Alright, whatever. Yeah, Unholy Strength gives 5 armor now. That's just all the time, even if armlet is off, and gives an increase to 10 while active with armlet. So you are now giving Huskar 10 armor more. Like, why? Why would you buff Huskar? And plus the attack speed. Insane increase in the attack speed. So he literally is just hitting faster, and he can hit longer with that armor increase against physical damage. That is absurd. Invoker finally gets his... For me, I don't like it because I love playing Invoker. He's my favorite hero by far, my best and most successful hero. I think I have like a 70% win rate on him, especially in this patch. It's gone up from like 51, I think it was on stats, to like 60-some. I win most games with Invoker because he's just absurd. And he got a pretty significant nerf. He does his smaller mana pool early on, but his damage got increased, so he still does overall the same damage at the start of the game. But yeah, intelligence decrease, and the Force Spirit health and mana. That's just a nerf to the health of the Forge Spirit because the mana isn't that big of a deal to reduce the armor like, well, obviously it's a because you really the point of the cold or the forge spirits, especially once you get four Wex or four Quas and Exort, and you get double forge spirits. The main point of that is to get that armor reduction, not keep on layering it on as much. It's just a little bit more important just to get it on in general. So once you get like 4 or 5 of them, now you're gonna be able to have more mana to get more armor on him. But the HP was decreased, so overall, actually, now that I think about it, actually, I think that's kind of a buff to the Forge Spirits. Now that I think about it, actually, it just got swapped. Tornado Vision from 600 to 200. That's a big decrease. Like, you're barely gonna be able to. You can't really use Tornado for Vision anymore. It's just used for like using Tornado. Increase on Cold Snap or no Cold Snap's dispellable and Ghost Walk. Increase in cooldown. That's invoked spells, invert 10 real ability. What? Like fake abilities? What? Okay, cast point increased from. I'm not sure what a cast point is. Is that like the duration it takes to cast? Because now it takes 0.05 seconds to cast invoke now, I guess, instead of 0. That's not a big deal. I don't think that's really going to do much in game. I don't think that's going to change much, but oh well. That's really going to help in the late, or that's only going to hinder Invoker slightly in the late game because he'll be casting spells more often. In the early game, it doesn't matter because he has a really long duration anyways for Invoke, but oh well. Macropyre during distance increase, that is huge increase. That's a that's like a like 50% increase almost. That's a big one. And increased duration from 20 to 30. That's a big buff on Jakiro, I think, but only to his ult though. But with Scepter especially, that's a strong pick now. It was earlier before, but I think it's a really strong pick now. And then Jug, not a big deal. Just your ward follows you by default now, which I actually really like. It was annoying to have to micro that. Every time you spawned it, now it follows you like Tusk, Sigil, Coddle, 20 fast, 20 move speed faster. Kunkka gets a buff. Oh wait. Oh yeah, so yeah, he gets a buff, which is good because Kunkka, unless you're attacker, Kunkka's not that strong to be honest. Duel no longer ignores disarm and ethereal states on either target. I like that a lot, and duration increased. That's long. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely a big buff, actually. That's a big buff, wow. I didn't think about that earlier, actually. That's a huge buff. Oh, it's Scepter increase. Never mind. Okay, never mind. Sorry. Dual Scepter increase. Yeah, never mind. That's not that big. Let's see. Lich. Slow independent buffs. Or debuffs. Oh, they stack with each other. Oh my god, that's slow. And Chain Forest doesn't go to zombies. That's a big buff. That's a big buff to Lich. Yeah, that's a really big buff. Wow. Yeah, it's actually really strong. Infest can only target Ancients level 2 and 3. I like that. That's good. Weehaw freaking, or not Weehaw, Envy at ESL1 freaking getting inside the Ancient Creep so early on. That's a good change. I like that. And a little bit more strength in growth. Yeah, I like that change in lifesteal. Let's see, Large Druid. Pseudo random distribution. They don't explain it there, but basically there's just a different system for randomly selecting when you're gonna root, basically. So yeah, it's a minor change really. And battle cry damage reduced by 20 for each interval. Yeah, it's kind of significant. Agility growth on Luna, that's pretty big. Magnus is like my second favorite hero, to be honest. I love Magnus too. But he did get a buff, a slight buff here. Medusa gets a buff overall. Yes. Yep, that's a buff. Wait, the slow is reduced though. Yeah, that's a buff still, I'd say though. With the extra second of being frozen and the amplification, yeah, that's a buff. Let's see, yeah, who cares about that? Aghs, this is weird. Mirana every 4 or 8 seconds. Yeah, every 8 seconds you do Starstorm. And Blink Dagger is going to be picked up on Mirana now. you're just gonna... Yeah, that's actually kind of... Yeah, that's kind of crazy, actually. And I like this, that it doesn't trigger if the enemy can't see you. That's good, because you can't get like a Shadow Blade and just walk around people. That would just be like Ghost Walk, Radiance, Cold Snap, Invoker all over again. Even though that still works, but that would just be another way to do that, pretty much. With more damage. Passive procs, okay. Huh. But yeah, that ability is... You're gonna arrow, blink in, use your Q after it's already... So you're gonna be able to use your Q twice. And then maybe leap to like the other side of them once you're next to them just to get the attack speed bonus. Yeah, Mirana's... Well, that's only with aghs, so maybe if you get it from Alk, because that's not worth getting a Scepter. Now that I think about it. Yeah, nah, I don't think that would be that good. To take up a whole slot in your inventory unless you gave it, or unless Alchemist gave it to you. Yeah, that's not too strong, but significant. Morphling, increased replicate damage and cooldown decreased. A buff to Morphling's ult. I like that. I think that's good. Morph isn't that strong right now, especially with the shotgun. It's not that strong. Yeah, I like that. Naga Siren does more overall pretty. I can see off lane pushing semi-support Naga working with aghs quite well. Cause yeah, I mean that's a cool buff. I like that. Cause Naga, I don't know why nobody like when the patch just came out, they gave her the aghs upgrade to her ult. They kind of used support Naga, like somewhat, but not that much. If you can literally just support, like get a Radiance and then just support items and stuff, like get aghs, Radiance, split push, and heal in team fights, and like net for kills, pickoffs. So that's a very viable option now, I think. Treants give you more gold to kill them, and Treants cannot see as far. I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's good. That'll help against if you're defending against Rat. Yeah, if you're defending against some Rat Dota, that'll help you out a lot. Just getting more gold for him. Yeah, I like that. Alright, Reaper's Scythe, respawn time penalty, reskilled. Yeah, I like that. That's good. Yeah, that's good actually. 30 seconds early on. Yeah, that's good. And damage factor. I'm not exactly sure what the damage factor means. What does that mean? Like, I'm not sure. I don't think that it's that significant. I don't even know what it is. So, let's see. Spike Carapace, not preventing damage when spell immune targets attack you. Oh, so you still take the damage, but they get stunned still? Or no, maybe they don't get stunned, but they still do the damage to the Nyx. Okay. And HP increase, base HP regen. Not a big deal. Actually, that's a lot of HP regen though. What's aghs? Isn't it like 4 or something? I don't know. That's still a lot though. Degen aura no longer pierces spell immunity. Good. Oh my god, that was so annoying when you were playing like I don't know. Maybe an Alk or something. Have your BKB popped, trying to run away, and he just slows you the whole time you have your BKB. That is a good change. I like that a lot. That was annoying. Now, aghs on Oracle reduces Purifying Flames cooldown from 2.5 to 1, and lowers cast point. So I think it just takes 0.2 seconds shorter to cast it, and decreases the cooldown. That's not worth getting aghs on Oracle, I don't think, personally, but that's alright. Arcane Orb, yep. OD nerf. Yes! Oh my god, OD in pubs is just insane. Just so strong, and now it's finally getting a nerf. Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Love that. Love that change. Alright, PA. Now does a real physical attack for 60 plus that of your attack damage. Wait, what? Okay, it does the physical attack for 60. And then at level 4, 70% of your damage. All attack effects work. Wait. So, like, if you have a Deso or a Scotty, I think that did it before, but I'm not sure. But 70% of your Anakin crit? You can give him an arcane rune, freaking chucking out daggers everywhere. Phew, phew, phew. Now you can see me, whatever. Jeez, that is absurd. That is a huge buff. Oh my god. That's insane. Wow. Scepter now takes more attacks to get Phoenix. I like that change, even though Phoenix was pretty strong before, even stronger. This I don't get. Increased illusionary orb speed by 1. Like did it do 550 and now it does 551? What? I'm not sure about. I don't know what that means. I don't think that's that, because that's useless and unnoticeable. If they never put it in the patch, no one would know. But whatever. Netherward now treats illusions as creeps for hit count calculation. Yeah, that's alright. Not a big deal. Pugness not that big of a pick right now in Dota, anyways. Statically break distance increased by 100. I like that. Wait, break increased by 100. Oh, okay. So actually, it's you have to get 100 distance further now to break it. Never mind. I don't like that. Okay, yeah, that static link rate or distance is really far. I don't really like that. No one's gonna pick Ricky anyways in captain's mode, so it doesn't matter. Blink strike damage significantly increased actually, and improved cast point and reduced cooldown for his ult. Just like Huskar. Why? Like, Ricky isn't as OP as a Huskar, but why? Like, just why? Literally, the only time Ricky is picked is at low-level Dota, where no one buys Dust or War or, like, Sentries, and it's just Cancer whenever Ricky's picked. Why would you just make it harder for lower-level Dota players? Literally, that would, like, I almost quit this game because Ricky. Like, when I had 200 hours, back in, like, 6.83, when Ricky was just, like, severe lung cancer, was, like, 6.83 Ricky, oh my god. Like, Satan would be like, dude, chill out, oh my god. Back then, I almost quit Dota, literally, because I was so mad about losing every game to Ricky, and I refused to play him because I wasn't going to be that guy. Why would you buff him? So many new Dota players are going to hate this game because of Ricky. So many. Oh my gosh. That is just, that's stupid. That's literally, like, from a business standpoint, bad. People are not going to want to play your game as much when they just start to play it. I don't like that. And they shouldn't either. I don't know why they would do that. A pretty big buff to Rubik. He's faster overall, I guess. Turn rate increased, and pretty big Faithful. That's, yeah. Rubik was strong before. That's really good. I like that. That's really nice. Sandstorm now is, whoa, that's a big debuff. Dang, that's a big debuff. Only 50. Wow, that's a pretty big debuff. Shadow Demon, illusion damage increased. The percentage of it, not a big deal. And Soul Catcher reduced. That's not a big deal either. SF. This SF changed. SF, probably like my third favorite hero out of Invoker, Magnus, and SF. Actually, no. Invoker, then SF. He's my second, then Magnus, probably third. Aghs is legit on SF now, I think. Like, if you get the Blink Yules combo, like the Sumail thing, Aghs is legit on that hero. That is an extremely viable option.
This was her
46 souls with that much more damage, and the lines going out are thicker now. That's big. That's a viable build, I think. I'm gonna try that. I'm straight up gonna try that with the Yules build. I don't do that very much, but I'm trying that. That sounds cool. Let's see. Silencer. Sorry for the background sound, by the way. Silencer. Yeah, that's a debuff. I like that. Skywrath. Mystic Flare duration from 2 point. Wait, what? Wait, what? Same. Mystic Flare Scepter duration is 12 seconds? You literally, physically, without a BKB, cannot survive that. Unless you have, like, every possible magic resistance thing on, like, a 8k HP Pudge. Even then, if you get that silence and, like, some magic resistance reduced, you're probably still gonna die if you get hit by all of that. Stun lock with that? Dang, dude. That's big. That is huge. 2.4 to 12. That's huge. Shrapnel damage increase. Who cares? That's a pretty significant amount, but still not a big deal at all. Ooh. Haunt increase. Spectre changes finally. And he is nerfed. Yes! Oh my lord. Path can still follow spells even here. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense, but... Oh my god. Thank goodness. He's still viable. But geez, Spectre, it was the best, most overpowered carry in the game. Easily. Easily. That is lovely. Thank goodness. Electric Vortex to be... What? Oh. Oh! So you can use pull? You could zip in to like 5 guys and pull all of them? That's a mini black hole without you having to channel. Oh, dude, that's insane! That's actually pretty insane. Oh my god. Even though I don't think it's going to be big. Just because you have to take... Unless... Dude, I'm saying right now, Alchemist giving your teammates Aghanims is so good right now. Because there's so many awesome Aghanims for so many heroes that need their item slots. And it's not really worth to get the aghs themselves. But if you get them that, like, Cypher or whatever it is for the Aghanim with Alchemist, that's good. That is good. Let's see. Sven, slower. Who cares? Terrorblade, 3 armor in an early game. Base armor. That's a lot. That's a lot of armor. Terrorblade's strong, man. Terrorblade is strong. He doesn't get enough credit, man. He's strong. Tinker rearm mana decrease. That's good. That's very good, honestly. Oh wait, rescaled. Oh wait, no, it's just reduced. Yeah, overall decrease. Okay, good. Yeah, that's good. Rearm can no longer refresh Pipe of Insight. Thank God. I've played against that 1 or 2 times. That is insane. Base intelligence increase. So Tinker gets a buff. I like that. I like that. Yeah. Nature's protector, tree protector. I mean, no one picks this hero anyways, to be honest. Nah, not a big deal. Troll. Cooldown decrease. Fervor max stack from 6 to 7. That's pretty strong. He's still a pretty strong hero in general, to be honest. He's not that bad. I don't know. Troll's okay. Walrus kick. Wait. Walrus kick's his aghs thing. Damage increased. Okay, that's... Okay. Another one. Another one. DJ Khaled. Another one. Right here. Tusk. Really not worth to build aghs on an offlane support or support Tusk. But if you get it from your Alchemist, with a Blink Dagger and Force Staff, you can make plays with that kick. And that does damage now every 8 seconds. That is strong. Stun rescaled to overall be in a later game longer. Venge, dude. I forget what game it was, but it was in a major. The most recent at the major. The Venge swap into Puck, or anyone really, hexing, won them the game. I forget the teams and what the circumstance of the game was, but they had a Venge and a Puck. I actually can't believe I'm forgetting this, but that's strong. That's strong. And the stun's just longer now. That's strong. Visage. No one cares. No one plays that guy anyways. Warlock. Who cares? Time lapse. Disjoints projectiles. That's a lot stronger. Scepter. Who cares about Scepter? And now loses unit collision immediately when casting Sakuchi rather than fading. So he instantly becomes invisible, but he doesn't go through people anymore? Wait, what? Oh, okay, I see. No. So, the fade time is still there, but he can collide through units before, like right when you cast the ability. I got you. Wyvern gets aghs. Arctic Burn is a toggle and drains 40 mana per. Oh! Activation mana cost is the same as the current. No longer has limit on number of. Oh! Huh. That isn't awful. Wyvern back not to where he was in 6.84, but that's strong. That's really strong. Wraith King can double crit on creeps, not a big deal. Static field damage reduced on Zeus. Static field no longer disables blink. That's good. I like that a lot. And okay, big or not big, but it's significant. Anyways, pretty significant nerf to Zeus, huh? That's a patch. That's a patch. I can tell you that much. I mean, most of the stuff I'm gonna have to see how it plays out in game. Storm and co-op, dude, with the Bloodthorn. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start playing that so much, cause that is insane. that is something else, for real. Yeah, that's. I mean, overall, this patch, gonna have to see how it goes, but thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked it, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna start making videos a little bit more often. I'm currently in school right now, but school year's ending in a couple months here, and hopefully I'll be able to put out some more content to you guys. And that is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.